Prepping Percussion Revolvers for Hunting. William Hovey Smith, 2014. I write about muzzleloading guns, and here is how to make sure your percussion revolver will work when you take it on a hunt.
This is Hovey Smith, the backyard sportsman, and today I'd like to talk to you about the proper prepping of percussion revolvers. Following will be a video showing Kato Ajama on a recent hog hunt in Florida, where his revolver, quite frankly, did not do very well. This is Hovey Smith with Hovey's Outdoor Adventures, and I'm talking to Kato Ajama, who has just returned from a Florida hog hunt, well, as you say, with hogs. Now, he took these with percussion revolvers. However, the first time around didn't go so well. Kato, what happened?
Well, what happened was the cylinder was not properly prepped, and that was my fault.
Okay. As a matter of fact, you're going to see that on the video, which will come up a little bit. And that particular shot happened to be with this Remington that you see here on the front, which is otherwise, you know, a fine revolver when you load it correctly. Now, having realized that, Kato prepped his second revolver somewhat better, and then that one really worked. Now, what was your result with this one?
Very good results. The guides also were extremely impressed with my 200 grain bullet out of that, how powerful the impact was on the game.
He's a big one. Is it that's a boar. You gonna take him?
Yeah. Dakota.
You gonna take him, Kato?
Yeah.
Yep, he's taking him.
But he's so close nearby.
Dakota. Yeah. Dakota.
Did you hit him? Wow. No, bro, he hit him and he ran. Kato, you gotta run. Gotta run because that's your kill now. You already hurt him. I'm filming this. Let's go, Kato.
Kato's hog was recovered, and he took a second one with an 1862 Colt Army.
So, how do you prevent such things from happening? All right. First off, a little bit of stuff. Percussion revolvers come in all sizes. Small. Medium. Regular. And extra large. All right. Now, these are serious guns. And we'll stick with this 1858 Remington. A longer barrel version of this was what actually Kato used. Okay, to prep it, first off, we got to take the cylinder out. Okay, no big deal. This does very simply on the Remington pattern revolvers, as you see. Okay. Now, another thing Kato did was he over-lubricated his revolver. I mean, this thing was practically dripping with Ballistol. Ballistol is a very excellent lubricant and protective compound. It is also highly penetrating, and that's the reason the powder charges got spoiled. All right. So, now you have the cylinder and the nipples. And what we're going to do is put a little alcohol on some patches and go through each of the chambers, then take a twist of paper and clean out the nipples. There's actually no need to remove the nipples, but you will, of course, after you shoot the gun and clean it. You should do that every time, or these nipples will seize up on you in a hurry. But, okay, I'm going to bring the camera up so you can actually see what's going on. Now, if you were at the range, probably the first thing you would do with your percussion revolver would be put some caps on it and fire it, and then go ahead and shoot your targets or whatever you were going to shoot. Well, the problem is percussion cap compounds are corrosive. And you don't want these corrosive compounds sitting in your nipples and chambers for weeks or months. So the idea is to thoroughly clean these with alcohol so that you don't have to fire the caps, but will know very well that your gun will shoot. Okay? So we have a little brush here, and this happens to be a .22 caliber. It could be anything else. We have rubbing alcohol, a little patch, and it doesn't make any difference which rubbing alcohol, any will do. All alcohols will have a small amount of water in it. It's very difficult to get absolutely pure alcohol. All right, and you just take these and you run it in the chambers like this. All right, each one just go around. Okay, that's pretty quick. Okay, you hear that one squeaking. Yeah, when you hear the squeaking sound a little bit, you know it is absolutely dry. All right, no lubricant in there. Okay, now the nipples themselves, those are best freshened out with a little twist of paper. And you do about the same thing. And just take your paper and put it down in the nipple and rotate it. I'm not putting any alcohol actually in the nipples. You could if you had really a lot of junk in there, but my nipples are put up pretty dry. Okay. Now we're going to do a little quality check here in just a second. Now, you have a white background right here. Look through each of the nipples. They should be clear, and you should see all the way down to through the chamber. Yep. All of them are clear. So now, we're ready to load. So, we're going to do a little bit different kind of loading than we have done in the past. I have a previous video on building long live revolver loads, and you can go to that and see the complete details of the loading that I used. Now on this particular load we're going to try something a little different. These are waxed wads, and they are pretty good if you are in an area that is somewhat cold in climate. However, if you happen to be in Arizona or you happen to be in central Georgia when it's 90 degrees and better, these are a little soft. Okay, so we're going to try a little bullet lubricant here, which is beeswax based, and soften it a little bit and actually use this harder material to seal the chamber. I've already loaded up a couple of chambers, as you can see. And we're going to try to do this blind. So okay, we've got our little cutoff cartridge case for funnel, and we're loading our powder here. Okay, and 5-4 round ball, indexed, rammed, crunch, crunch. Okay. Now we heated our beeswax here for about a minute, so it is not liquid. And this happens to be an electrician's knife if you're curious. So we turn the chamber, put a smear over the top, rotate it around, and you can see we have another loaded chamber with a hard wax seal over the top. Now this is pretty impervious to anything, and I like it better than the felt wads that you could also put over the top, because those will occasionally come off when you shoot. As a matter of fact, they usually will. So they don't really do much good loaded in front of the ball. And this will be a stiffer lubricant that will stand higher temperatures and last longer when the gun is being fired. So altogether, yeah, this warmed beeswax is a better seal. We have now completed the prep and loading of the percussion revolver cylinder. Now you will notice that you see a little bit of ball here. The reason is that these chambers have slightly different dimensions. This has less capacity than the other one. All right, that's just a fact of life with Pieta revolvers. Now you can take them to a gunsmith and have these all reamed out to exactly the same dimensions. And if you're really interested in extreme accuracy, yeah, that's what you need to do. On the other hand, these nipples work best with number 10 percussion caps. Although number 10s are harder to find than number 11s. Either will work, and if you use either one, be sure and crimp the bottom a little bit and seat them firmly on these nipples to ensure that you will have a surefire situation. But now, this is Hovey Smith, reminding you to hunt what you eat and eat what you hunt. Be legal, be ethical, be safe. Goodbye, God bless, and see you next time.
Among my prize-winning books are Extreme Muzzleloading, Backyard Deer Hunting, Crossbow Hunting, and Practical Bow Fishing, and all of these are available as softcover and e-books. I have an 8-book e-book series on muzzleloaders out for 2013-14. Now, thanks are due to Kato Ojama for letting me publish this rather embarrassing episode. However, you can get information on his bullets for percussion and cartridge revolvers by emailing him at the address below. For information on my books, blogs, and more than 300 videos, go to my website at www.hoveysmith.com. Good hunting and good eating from the outdoors. Goodbye, and God bless.